You are listening to Palucci Performance Podcast, and here is your host, Ray Palucci.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the new episode. I'm Ray and I'm your host, and let's go straight to today's topic. Today we'll talk about hard work. This is one of my favorite topics, I would say. This is a topic that I can go on and on and on. This is a topic that I believe we should all focus, because nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life is easy. Life has never been fair. It's not that it will never be. So how about we make peace with it and understand that we have to work hard in everything if we want to become successful. So in today's topic, we'll talk about how can we implement hard work in everything in our daily basis. How hard work can become a norm for us and not something that we constantly have to push ourselves. Because if we have to motivate ourselves every single day to work hard, I believe that's going to become very, very exhausted. So on today's episode, we'll talk about a few things that we can trick ourselves, I would say, some stories and some stuff that will just hopefully make each and every one of us to change our perspective of hard work. So, first of all, I want to share my story. I come from Albania, in a place where tennis has never been big, has never been, let's say, one of the important sports. I was one of the first ones to kind of promote tennis in Albania, in the national televisions and in all the newspapers and everything regarding promoting one sport or myself, etc. Obviously, I had an amazing family that helped me go and helped me promote myself on those ways, because I've been on national televisions and all those newspapers and magazines since I was like 12 years old, 13, 14, which obviously I didn't have the connections back in the days. Now, I'm not saying that I am or I was a superstar in tennis. Obviously, I was national champion for under 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I played Davis Cup from the age of 14 to the 18 before I came to the States. I mean, I was playing at the pro level. I went to an international tournament back on the days, like the ITF tournaments, into the semi-final, which was the very first Albanian to reach on those stages. I mean, I beat one guy that he was number 7, I believe, 6 in the world for under 12, even though, he was 12 and I was 13 and we were playing into the under 14 tournament. Still, it was big. And I lost in the semifinal with a guy that was number 15 in the world on under 14 years old. So I did something with tennis, but it's not that I was a superstar. It's not that I, consider myself being the top guys, but I was playing with the top guys. I was playing in Davis Cup with the best of the other countries. I played with Nicolas Basilashvili, which he was number, I believe, top 50 in the world at that time. And then later on, he became like top 30, top 20. Nicolas Basilashvili is from Georgia, and he had an amazing career. I mean, the first year I went on Davis Cup when I was 14 years old, I played as number 2. So I played against the number 2 guy from Bulgaria, which he was top 300 in the world. And in tennis, if you know a little bit about, or not a little actually, if you know a lot about tennis, if you're in top 300 in the world, you are like a superstar. You're so good at tennis, okay? But again, I played with this guy, but the number 1 of Bulgaria was Grigor Dimitrov, and I mean, he still is nowadays. And in that time, he was like top 20 in the world. So being in the same room with him, seeing my friend, my teammate, which was 18 years old and I was 14, playing with Dimitrov, and seeing all these guys, I was like, this is crazy. And obviously, I thought that I was working hard. But then when I would go to those stages and be like with the best guys in the world, I was like, oh my God, these guys are not humans. They're not humans. I was fascinating of like their tennis level. So then I'll go home and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to work so hard so then next year I can be closer to them. And most of the players will be the same. Okay? And guess what? I became better. But these guys were even better. So the distance between us was becoming bigger and bigger each year. And I was like, well, there's something wrong in here. I mean, like, there's no way that I'm working so hard and these guys are getting so much better than me. And one year, I remember Cyprus was on the group 3 on Davis Cup. So the number one of Cyprus back on the days was Bagdatis because he doesn't play any more tennis. And he was like by the end of his career, okay? He was like at 40 years old, but still, he was a superstar. I mean, he went to the final of Grand Slams and he played with Federer. And I mean, he was just a superstar back on the days. So seeing him there, I was like, oh my God. Now, we had the Davis Cup dinner the day before the tournament starts. And all the teams are there. And everybody's cheering and everybody's drinking a glass of wine. The only one that was not drinking wine was him. Those Bagdatis didn't have wine. Okay? And his plate was different at each and every single one of us plates. And I mean, it's not that, obviously there was, not everybody was a superstar there. I wasn't a superstar, even though I was number one of Albania. But still, we had some superstars on zone 3, on the third group, right? And I was like, how come his plate is different than every single one of us? And the dinner started at 8 p.m. I remember this vividly. And at 9 p.m., he was gone. And we were there until like 10 or 10 something. And the next day was our first match. So then on the next day, we had, I think like 30 minutes to warm up. So our match starts at 9. We had our court at 7:30 to 8 or 8:15. So at 7 a.m., we are at the courts. Now we're driving from the hotel to the court. So technically, we've been waking up like at 5:30. We got breakfast and we're getting ready and we come to the courts at 7. Now we come at courts at 7 and obviously we're a bit tired because, the flight and the dinner the night before and we're having a match and you're waking up at 5 and you're having breakfast and obviously all those emotions running through you. And we go there at 7 a.m. and guess what? Bagdatis was there already working hard in the soccer field with 3 coaches sprinting and sweating. Not sweating, but he felt like he was in the pool. And I was like, I'm working very hard. But these guys that are the top of the game are working extremely hard. They are professionals at the little details. They're professionals and not even having a glass of wine. You don't need to eat the whole cake. You only need a piece of it, right? And you're still healthy and everything is good. But those guys, they take it to the next level. They don't even get a bite of that cake because they know it's not just about that cake. It's not about what 2 spoons of cake will do to your body, because if you're working tremendously hard, that will probably do nothing bad to you. But it's about the mental resilience. It's about working hard in every single thing. So, what do I want to share with this story? I want to share with this story that if we want to work hard at one thing, we have to work hard at everything. We have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. David Goggins says something so beautiful. He's like, do you still wake up at 5 a.m. even if you don't have to? It's Saturday, is your day off. Do you wake up at 5 a.m. or not? You listen to Alex Hormozy, David Goggins, Gary Vee, all these guys speak about how much harder you have to work than every single one that is your competition, your competitors. You have to work so hard every single day. And I don't say that everybody that is successful say that. I don't remember to know or listen to someone that is so successful that don't say that you have to work extremely hard or they didn't have to work extremely hard. Work smart, but you have to work smart and hard. Not a single one has escaped this reality. Waking up early, it's one amazing example. Why it's an amazing example? Let's say that you're waking up 1 hour earlier than usual. You're gaining 365 hours a year. In the next 5 years, you're gaining 1,825 hours. Now imagine if you put imagine if you put 825 hours more than your competition, how much further away you would be? So much. So much. So, guys, please understand the fact that if we want to become the best version of ourselves, we have to become better than everybody and better than our competitors in everything. So if you want to work hard at one thing, work hard at everything. Spend more hours than the rest. If they're partying, you're working. And it's not that you're just gaining the edge, that you're working in the day that they're not, but you're actually like winning 3 days. Why? Because on that day, they're not working and you're working, so that's +1. On the second day, they're recovering, you're working, it's +2. And on the third day, you're already like gaining the momentum and the speed. Now they're just starting. So see everything as very important on your life, okay? Sometimes it's very hard because we get confused, like, why don't we see results right now? Okay, like we work hard for 6 months and we're like, we don't see any results, and then we stop, and then we have another plan, and then we change direction. But I know that it's difficult, but trust the process. Be patient. Work hard in everything you do and keep working hard, because first of all, big things that you want to achieve will take time. And the things that takes time, it will also take time to like destroy. So the good things that stay forever takes way more time to build. So gain the momentum, work hard, stay patient, and keep working. Don't worry about the results. Keep working. Because even if you don't, let's say, achieve that goal, just by implementing the skill of working hard, you're making yourself a huge favor. Because now working hard for you is a norm. It's not anymore like you have to work hard. And each time that you are working harder, you have more chances, you're most likely you're going to achieve those big goals. And now you're going to achieve this big goal, you're gaining the confidence to set yourself up for success by setting other bigger goals. And now you're going to work harder and you're going to achieve a bigger goal. And now you're going to set another goal. And now look what you're doing to yourself. You're keeping your standards so high. And you're the only one that has to keep those standards so high. Nobody's going to do it for you. And what's actually interesting is that now down the line, you're going to see yourself and you're going to think what you believe was working hard when you achieved the first big goal, and what you now think it's working hard when you're about to achieve the 10th goal. But from the first goal to the 10th one, the goals are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But if we have to master the success and we have to become the best version of ourselves, we got to work hard at everything, guys. Okay? It is so funny because when I received my diploma for my undergrad and my master's, you know, I worked so hard for those, for sure. I worked so hard on so many things. And it's just a piece of paper, but that piece of paper, it just reminds you or reminded me like of hard work that I put for my undergrad, like 4 or 5 years, and my 2 years that I put it for my master's. It's just a piece of paper, but in the end, I can destroy that piece of paper. I can throw it away, but I've gained so much. I've gained the mental resilience and I've gained the confidence of what is on working hard and setting bigger goals each and every single time. I never thought I would graduate from a college degree, like college in the United States. I barely passed high school in Albania, and coming here and graduating with honors, I set myself up. I told myself since day one, I'm graduating with honors. It was ridiculous to think about it, but I did say that. And when I graduated, I'm like, of course I'm going to graduate with my master's with honors. And I did graduate with my master's with honors. And it's funny because now I want more and I want more. And it's not just about the piece of paper and like the things that I can show to the others who I am. It's a game that I play with myself, that I can daily put bigger goals. And I know that if I work harder, I will achieve. And let's say like the time zone of what for me means working hard is just expanding and expanding. So I know I told you guys that I'll get a bit, maybe a bit emotional here because it's something that I love. I think I don't need 15 minutes for this topic. I can speak so long because I love working hard. And don't get me wrong, there are days that I don't work hard. There are days that I fight my demons, but I constantly remind myself that working hard is a mandatory, it's non-negotiable, and it's a norm for me. That's why I keep reading self-development books. That's why I listen to podcasts, and I watch the same YouTube videos of David Goggins or some guys or like CT Fletcher over and over and over. And it's funny because on some of the videos I even know the words exactly what they're gonna say. Like 2 minutes, I know what the words are, but I still listen every single day because I want to remind myself that hard work is non-negotiable. And if you work hard in one thing, I told you guys, you're gonna start working hard in every single thing. So if I can give, let's say, one tip on how to work hard, is that you have to daily do things that are difficult. Okay, I take a cold shower every single morning, even though like I don't like it. I mean, it's okay right now. It's not as bad as in the beginning, but it's not a single day that I'm like whistling and enjoying the cold shower. No, it's hard to take a cold shower at 5 and 6 a.m., but I still do it because I want to remind myself from the first thing in the morning that I'm willing to do hard things. And that's why you daily have to do mental hard things and physical hard things. Go to the gym. I do physical activity every single day. And every time I do that, I make sure I push to my limits. I make sure I'm about to faint. I'm getting so tired because I want to push myself. Every time I don't want to read the book, I still read the book. Maybe I don't read an hour, I read 30 minutes. If I don't want to read 30 minutes, I still read 15 minutes. And those 15 minutes sometimes are so difficult, but I still do it. So daily push yourself in uncomfortable positions. Daily work hard on something that is mental challenging and physical challenging. And if you keep doing this every single day, you're technically are going to build this resilience within yourself, physically and mentally, that will help you understand that working hard is non-negotiable, is a norm, and you have to do it in order for you to become the best version of yourself and achieve the bigger goals. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I truly, truly appreciate your time. And I just went a bit over than usual, but again, I can go on and on and on. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys got a bit motivated. And I hope you guys are doing something each and every single day to help you become stronger mentally and physically. And until the next topic, you guys stay blessed.